wipe out. All coins in the phone. Double-decker tsunami. Now I'm surfacing home.
Bought the top on the room, sold the dip on the prayer. Chart did a barrel roll, now I'm gasping for air. Tried to ride the second wave, got slammed by the tide. Wallace in the undertow, but I'm still on the ride. End of year was the crest, now it's the crash.
Wipe out.
All coins in the phone.
Double-decker tsunami.
Now I'm surfacing home.
Salt in the cut, sand in the gear. Laughing at the wipeout, shifting in the high gear. Boards in the trunk, but the dream's still afloat.
Friend said bail, I paddled out again. Third wave hit, now I'm counting to 10. Tried to catch the rebound, missed by a mile. Wallets in the gutter, but I'm wearing a smile. Tried to call the bottom, got buried in the break. End the year's a wipeout, but I'm wide awake. Wide awake. Wide awake. Wide awake.
No dust to begin.
Raise my claim, dodge the bulls, wild kick. Shy, the jitters make my dream click. Raise my claim, dodge the bulls, wild kick. Shy, the jitters make my dream click.
Jumping at the peak by the rumor, sell the news, make the news freak. Spoofing orders, walls on the screen. Pump the alt, then rug the dream. FOMO's the bait, panic's the hook. They're playing chess, we're reading the book. They flash the cash, we chase the spark. But in the end, they own the dark. Well games, jumping in the dark. Riding the wave, leaving them mark. Well games, laugh at the drop. Noobs get raped, whales never stop. Live, yeah, right. Watch trade the volume, fake the green. Spoofing the biz, clean the mean. Stop loss hunt, sniping the low. While we hold, oh, they steal the show. They're the sharks, we're the fish in the tank. One wrong move and your portfolio sank. They flash the cash, we chase the spark. But in the end, they own the dark. Well games, dumping in the dark. Riding the wave, leaving them all. Well games, laugh at the drop. Noobs get raped, whales never stop. They're the kings of the chain, we're the pawns in the game. But one day we'll flip it, call them names. Yeah, flip it. Well games, jumping in the dark. Riding the waves, leaving them all. Well games, jumping in the dark. Riding the waves, leaving them all. Whack it on.
I'm the new chucked in the blender's world. Grease the knob, giving my dreams a twirl. FOMO's a spin, sucking me down quick. Hope's a soggy bit stuck in the mix. Market's a mush, pure of my schemes. Fears the blade, slicing up my dreams. Oh, I'm flailing in the goo, what a laugh. Chopped up frog, dodging the gas. La, 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 la.
I left too far, blended by the buzz. Grease the mash, turning wings to fuzz. Panic's a zap, spinning me askew. Joy's a drip, leaking through the brew.
Market's a smoothie, grinding my fate. Hopes a cheeky splash, tempting my plate. Oh, I'm assessing at the churn, total giggle. Chopped up frog, stuck in a wiggle. Raise the sludge, dodge the blender's chop. Shake the mush, make the good times pop. Push the highs, laugh at the sloppy spin. Feel the bounce, win the din. Oi, blend it, and pulse. Hoops collide like the wobbly bin. Raise the sludge, hear my daft little grin.
Yeah, twirl.
Yeah, twirl. Is this a flop or a blender's cheeky tease? Whack it wild. Do it with ease. The cycles are cackle, games with a smirk.
Ladies and gentlemen, on days like today, there's nothing more that we need than just a little bit of cowbell and a whole lot of cheesiness.
Raise the sledge, dodge the blender's chop. Shake the mush, make the good times pop.
Let's get ready to rumble. Bitcoin's on a roll. It's just rolling downhill. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, to the emergency broadcast stream. Focused on Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin. What the hell are you doing down here? Just saying what we all feel inside. So Bitcoin is hanging around 99,000, dipping down below 98 right there. A little bit below what I was expecting, right? Am I still bullish or bearish? At this point, 98,000 is my validation point. And I got to make that clear, and I put that in the Telegram group just to put some clarity out there. I was looking at an overall, what I believe to be a shark pattern, which has confirmed at 98 the last time we got there. And now, one of the things that it can do is make a type 2 return and come back to retest that area. And we've seen that happen on some of the smaller time frames. I think we've seen it happen on the bigger one, even though it did make a little bit of a lower low. So I'm excited to come over here to the weekly chart to zoom out. And let's go over what's good and bad here on the weekly first. Now, what is good? Ichimoku Cloud looks horny. That's how we want to see it. Maybe a little thinner, maybe a little further away from price would be more comforting. But overall, this little indicator here, when you're riding above it, this is exactly what you want to see on any time frame on this. You want to see price break through a thickening red cloud and then exit above that cloud and ride a little spindly green Ichimoku cloud. That's when it's the strongest, right? Then when it starts getting thick and we start getting close to it, that's when it starts getting a little nerve-wracking. But as long as we don't get sucked into the cloud, we can ricochet off of it. Even if we do get slightly sucked into it, we can still, but then, you know, it's kind of nerve-wracking experience from personal experience. But this is a nice little place where you ricochet off of it. Notice also the moving average that was catching over here and also played around with several times, a couple of times here at the 50. We broke below it and regained it. We tested that 2 times. And then we come up again to our next time when we start coming down, and Ichimoku Cloud still looking okay. 50 moving average got tested there when we were at 75,000. And here we are back again above a cloud, a little thicker this time, a little closer this time, but not showing any signs of red over here yet, not being some big thick ass cloud that would suck us in, like, oh, say for instance, do we have an example? Well, here was one back in the last cycle, though. We came down below it, 50 moving average, right. And we did come down, and we played around with this 50 for a long time here. We touched it several weeks at a time before we finally lost it. After the 9 crossed the 21, that was when the first warning signs there to look for. All right, so there are some slight similarities right now with what we had over there. So let's take that into account, because we did get that bearish crossover of the 9 and the 21 moving average. Just hoping that wouldn't happen. We were hoping there would be a Hail Mary play, price can come up and kind of let this thing do a U-turn, but that's, you know, it's hopeful, right? So that, in my opinion, this is what helps us get that little push down that we got. Now we have a very good chance of coming back up to retest that 9 moving average, and currently that's sitting on the weekly about 111,000. That would be good. Would that get us out of the woods for any further downside? No, but it's helpful. The worst thing I think, well, the worst thing we can do is to keep on going down. But something that you might see over here is us keep retesting this 50 moving average. And if we don't get a nice clean break from here pretty soon, I would say that we might be looking at, I have to start entertaining the idea of something over here where we will eventually lose it. So we got to be cautious. And a lot of people are bearish right now. Q4, it's all over. 126 was the top. That was it. And I can't say that that's not true, but I can't say that that's been proven yet or confirmed yet, right? Even from just looking at an M double top over there and taking we'll take a conservative measure move, and even the bigger measure move from there down to there, put it at those areas. You're coming around these areas about 87, 88, and a lot of people are looking for those targets, and there's some other reasons to be looking for those targets. I've even got one a little lower down here. I'm looking at 84. That would be our 382. This does not paint a good scenario if we were to do that, but we're just going to look at the idea. We have nothing saying that this is going to happen, okay? We have not broken our major trend line, which is this red line. So what I'm trying to do is just give a good overview of the solid things that are going on here. The solid good things and, you know, the things that are bad. We're going to look at this whole thing so we can get a good feel and not be sucked in by the emotion that's out there on X and here on YouTube, and James Wynn declaring 88,000 being the next target and everything else, like he owns the market and everything, and knows exactly what's going to happen. There's a lot of engagement farming going on out there that is more to the advantage of the person doing the engaging, the farming, than it is to the people that are being farmed for those clicks, likes, responses, and everything else. Just stirring up the FUD and FOMO. In my personal opinion, we got a strong trend line right here. 2 solid touches here on the weekly chart. And down at 27,000 and at 54,000, solid bodied touches to that line. When we come up here to the next time we touch that line, it's only a wick. When we come up here, we haven't even touched that line, and we may not. The argument for may not is that we are still, in my personal opinion, forming this major parabolic structure. And I'm going to take this little guy and I'm going to touch it down here to the bodies right here. And now this is to me, I think these curved lines are subjective, but they are a valid trend line form. I just don't like this tool because you can take this little guy and move it and make it shape however you want to. When I use it, I just let it the natural curve form, and I won't accept anything less than that from me. But notice that when I do that, when we start down here and we go to the candle bodies over here, look where the line is. We're going to make this a color we can kind of see here. Maybe nice, big, and green. All right, so on the weekly, we'll come down to the daily so we can kind of see. You see, we went right to that area there. And so we're right at the area, at the extremities of that curve. And I think that's worth noting here. I think that's something that's worth noting. Breaking the curve is not a good sign, but then again, I rely on trend lines to give me more solid answers. And as far as that idea goes, the rule is to come back to our last body touch there, take it up to the next body, and just carry that forward. And this is my rules of operations for trend lines. And we're flirting with losing that on the weekly. Let me get my mouse to work right for me. I swear, I think I'm going to have to buy another new computer before long. There we go. Or go through and straighten this one out and lose a lot of data. All right, so we got this line here. I'm going to color it or something. Orange, maybe? All right. So this area is about 104.3 that we lost according to this candle body trend, but we haven't closed a candle below it. That's the thing. So even on this weekly chart, looking at this, and that's where we got it drawn from, it would be opening, if we open a weekly candle, so Sunday, if we're below 104, there's a possibility we may have confirmed breaking this trend line, which puts us down to retest this other one at 95,000. Could happen, even if it's just a wick. Do you notice that we've got these trend lines going from wicks to wicks to wicks to wicks, and this is part of our expanding broadening pattern, and on some of the bigger time frames it kind of looks a little bit like this. However you want to do it from wicks to wicks, it's probably not bad. That's probably a little bit more accurate right there. And this can be a scary. There's a lot of volatility in these particular patterns right here. These expanding broadening patterns, lots of volatility. But that volatility can be fun and can be worked on your side, because if it does bounce from the bottom here, every time when we see it bounce, we go back up and we touch the top. So far, it doesn't mean we're always going to do it. There can be some variations up there and it gets a little weaker week or whatever. But the chances, and then we came all the way back down to the bottom, and we're kind of running around the bottom now. But there's always that chance that we can come up to the upper limits of it, maybe 128. That would be a higher high. Sounds like a lot of hopium at the moment because, well, the market's all bearish. But there are some good signs here that we can recover even though we have to fight through. Do notice, the 9 moving average crossing the 21 is not a death sentence here on the weekly. Every time that we went through one of our corrections, that happened. And then a few weeks later, after a bunch of chop and scaredness, we start bouncing back. And here we are again, another example, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, about the 5th week after we start bouncing back. Now, does that paint the picture that we don't really have any fun until December? It might. If you couple that with the Fed printing money or whatever, they're supposed to cut interest rates or whatever. I think it's supposed to be official. Last I heard, I don't know, was December is when that's supposed to happen. Now there's some fear that maybe they might be threatening not to do it at all. Please tell me my microphone is on. Okay, cool. And but time-wise, if the money printer does go in December, it does kind of fit with that narrative. But it kind of sucks that we're so dependent on that M2 money supply and Fed printing money and all that for a majority of crypto, especially altcoins. If you haven't noticed, the only times altcoins have done any good is when those rate cuts are coming in. And I gotta take that back now. 2024, I can't remember what was going on as far as rate cuts were going there. But in spring 2024, man, that's the closest thing we've seen to an altcoin season, and that was a rally. That wasn't an altcoin season. That was a rally. And ever since then, since we lost it. And then all this year, all of 2025, YouTube, and I guess some of Twitter. I have not been really playing. I don't really pay that much attention to what goes on over on X. But they were calling altcoin season like every other week. And it clearly wasn't. A little early for those calls. But the good things I got to share here, we are still maintaining, the candle body still maintaining that 50 moving average, even though price is down here. We come over to the regular candles, it probably looks scary AF, right? Oh my God, I don't know. And where we are is testing this red line here. And that red line is a very particular Fibonacci area that we've held and may still hold. That's a 236 Fibonacci from our swing low to swing high, I think from the very bottom over here, and just to kind of show you what that looks like. And it's always good for me to go back and back test all this stuff and show that 382. Now Fibonacci wise, this is not normally an area we look for it to hold. If it does hold, then chances are, our local high, which was 126, well, that's not it. We got a little bit higher to go, most likely right up here around the 137, 138 area. And that's the idea that I'm looking for this play that we're currently in right now. And as long as this trend line holds, we got a good chance of seeing that play out. The darker version, I'm going to switch back to the Heiken Ashi candles here, is that we come back to the green line, 84,000. But then you can see this scenario. If that were to happen, and then all the bears are all happy, we broke a trend line, and I'd be like, oh my God. You would be looking at a possibly textbook looking head and shoulder pattern as it comes back up and does a bearish retest against this trend line, which, let me get the price labels out of here. And you can kind of see that idea. That's kind of a simple idea to project there, but it could be valid. We don't ever want to come in and pretend like we know exactly what's going to happen or be overconfident in our plays or overconfident in any pattern, even though I had a very good idea that I'm still looking at. But my validation point on what I'm currently looking at is 98,000. Closing the candle below 98,000. My idea is it's going to be there'll be a you totally suck, Road Dawg. You need to find a day job. That'll be the stream that I would give when we break 98,000. Until then, I'm still hanging on to what I'm looking for. Just have to be have to take care of risk. Got stopped out several times today on some of my bigger positions there. Margin. I got a bigger Bitcoin play on some spot margin, and some of those things got a few layered stops hit, and I just threw it back in at 98,000 area and just layered out some more stop losses below that. Try to, hell, if you're at the bottom, prove it. So that's what my play is, and luckily so far it's doing okay, because we are showing on the smaller time frames a little catch here in this area. Now I'm coming to the daily, and I want to look at these moving averages, 800, 600, 360 that we're testing right now. The 360 on the daily. Same thing, kind of acts like the 50 on the weekly. If you come over here and look, it's been the area that we tested all these times. That's this purple line right here. Got a lot of spaghetti looking lines over here, right? So the weekly 50 corresponds really well with the daily 360, if you can see that. There's a method to the madness of the moving averages that I use, and I have back tested them, and I know you probably don't see these moving averages any other place. The 800 is common. A lot of people use the 800, and that gives you insight to bigger time frames, so I don't have to jump around time frames as much. I can get a glimpse on what a 200 moving average on a bigger time frame is doing by looking at this. Okay, so that helps. 666. Well, that's an anomaly, but that's the devil's number, and the devil's in the market because that's where his wheelhouse. So we keep an eye on the devil, and it does that. You'd be surprised how effective that moving average is. But I use this in conjunction with the 800 more for momentum, checking the momentum. If the 600, if this one's above the 800, that's usually good. I mean, we're still okay. If they're underneath, well, we got some work to do, and it may turn sour. So those are things I look at. But the 360. Now, 360 is a little magical number that we got for the moving averages. Let me explain why. You got 360 degrees in a square, price and time square, according to WD Gann. And that's a real thing. He had different methods of doing it, which I can't wrap my head around because it gets out there. But he was one of the few analysts. He wasn't a traditional analyst. He used some eclectic methods in his madness, but he was able to forecast things 6 months to a year ahead and be deadly accurate, putting a date with price. And his claim was price and time could be squared, and that's how he did it. He just kept some of those methods really close to his heart and took them with him when he died, or they're in a very secret circle or something. You can't find that, but he's quite a study. But even just his typical wisdom on how to trade this market is golden. Just his typical traditional rules on how to do it is golden. I'm a big fan of WD Gann, even though I can't analyze the way that he did. Try, it's out there. But here we are, another 360. So when we were trying to lose it, we don't need to lose it. All right, so there are some scary signs here, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be pointing those out. We're at the daily, and one is the bearish cross that may happen. It looks like it is trying to, and that's where the 50 and the 100, the blue and the white line, are starting to cross over. They appear to be trying to cross over that yellow 200 moving average. So that would be what is called a death cross. And that's happened before. This is not the first time that's ever happened. It happened over here. And when it happened, we were at our lows. We were hanging around our lows at the 360 moving average when that happened right here. Need to make that a little bit brighter. Oh, I guess you're not working for me. Here we go. Right in this area right here, it crossed here, and then a few days later, we dipped a little bit lower, and then tested our support line. Tested that 360. And then we bounced out of it. And then here you got the golden cross. So when the 50 crosses over the 200 is right here. Typically a buy signal by the moving average strategies, but it's a horrible buy signal because a lot of times that happens when things go down. So my rule is of thumb is when you get a bullish cross like that, golden cross, it's a buy signal, but it means buy the next dips. Start looking for the dips. Don't just jump in. And so your same thing would apply here with these bearish crosses, which happened right here. Let me get that. I put it over there too early. I was looking at the 9 over the 21. It's the 50 over the blue over the yellow right here, and we just had. Was that the lowest? That was the lowest that it had actually when it crossed there. A couple of days later, it came back to retest it, and then we were on our merry little way. Let's take a look over here, just one more example. 50 crossing the 200 bearishly right here. Before it crossed, we were going down. We were hanging around trying to recover. We went up and tested the 50 and then rolled over because of the bear cross. And I guess a lot of things were the sell signal, like I said. A lot of people probably did sell, but then we just made a higher high there. Eventually it came out and made a higher low, but this was a sign that it's supposed to be a bearish sign, sell off. But could it be by the dip? We recovered from that, and then when it did finally flip bullish, now this one, and that was a buy signal. Now if you bought that, you'd be going up and come back down and retest it. So you can get some variations there, but as a general rule, my general rule for when you do get a bullish cross and the 50 cross and the 200 is buy the next dip, not necessarily buy there. I think you see that price will do something a little bit opposite of the buy signal in about 2 out of 3 cases there as a general rule. But anyway, we're setting up for something just like that here too. Has not crossed yet. It may not cross at all. If we can get bullish and start recovering, it doesn't have to cross. But you know, that may be a little hopeful thinking. We've got a poll out in the chat. Let me come over and see what's going over there and say hello to you guys. 14 people hanging out. Let's check out the poll. Is this bear market? Is this the bear market or one of the best opportunities to buy? Best spot. Shout out. We got Dave P here first. How's it going, Dave? I need to set this particular room up. This is more my daytime chill room here. And where is all my fun stuff? Yeah. Dave was first here. Hey, Dave. We got Wanda. Wanda's in the house. Shout out to you, Wanda. Hey, Wanda. We got Captain Crypto. How's it going, Captain Crypto? We got Mr. C in the house. Mr. C. Cousin of Mr. T. Help around and find out. We got Dutchy. We ran out of tissues. Those sharks will get to you. 505 Cult. Good to have you here. Steve Hickey. Well, that's nice to have you guys here hanging out. We got 14 people hanging out. Not bad. PMO says the stream looks great today. It's not blocky, is it? There's some internet issues going on for me. It usually gets kind of blocky like about the last week or so I've been streaming. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder what my computer's doing. 98.5. I bought today. Hey, man. I don't think that's a bad price to buy Bitcoin at all. Even in the bigger picture, even if you're going into bear market scenarios, I mean, I still don't think that's a bad place. If the general rule for bear markets comes true, then, you know, our low should be around the last cycle's high, which is about 65,000. And that's not too far of a drop from where we are right now. I mean, it would suck, don't get me wrong, but we got about 30% drop to that. My take is that as Bitcoin has got its more global adoption, I still believe the 4-year cycle is fully in effect. It's just that the bear markets will get a little bit lighter, not as intense, and the bull markets will get a little bit more elongated. Not necessarily go crazy in numbers and probably choppy in ranges, but you know, a longer period. So instead of us going through a 1 year bear market or a 1.5 year bear market or something like that, it may only be 6 months to a year, or not that deep. It's just speculation. And then when we get our halvening, or as we saw in this time, even before we got our halvening, we got a new all-time high right before the halvening. Now I think that was a good clue that there's a nice little shift going on in the market, and I think we'll just have some. But I think that Bitcoin is the one to be focused on. I think a lot of people have figured that out now, and because altcoins, well, they rely on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's got a reason to have that 4-year cycle. Altcoins, man, there's some proof of stake. They ain't got nothing. Some of the ones with proof of work, they got their own halvenings and things like that, and that's worth a little something. But it also, it all feeds upon Bitcoin's halvening. PMO says, hope we don't drop anymore. This price action sucks. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. EMG Motorsports, how's it going? Just woke up. Oh, it's late at night where you are. Time to shoot it. Swat. Ars Miller is going to come back tonight. I will be back up tonight about 10:30 p.m. We'll take a look at the market and see if we've been flushed out and beat up, if we're coming back and losing a few teeth or something, or if, hey, man. Yeah. We got enough wind to go another round. Bobby Yaz, how's it going? Good to see you. Have to walk the border collie. Those are some smart dogs. Dragon says, CB did a great job of signing me out for me. They must be done. Coinbase, I guess is what you're saying. They must be done again. Oh my God, Coinbase is notorious for just not being there when you need them and charging you out the ass when you least expect it. RS Miller says, hey, I found out what is wrong with streaming. If you have an Intel and NVIDIA video card, you need a major critical update. Really? Because I'm pretty sure I've got that combination. The fix is, The fix fixes streaming and YouTube mainline internet next. So how do you, the update, is it just a regular Windows update then that I need to be looking for, I guess? It may have done it. I've restarted my computer and it seems like there was a minor update. It might have got it. Maybe I can't remember. Oh, MG says, no, it's morning here, mate. Just going to 10 a.m. Man, I'm horrible with time. So yeah, it's 6 p.m. My days and nights are so mixed up, man, because I find myself staying up to keep my eye on whatever China or the Asian session's doing, because they were the ones that were dumping a while back. But for the last couple of weeks, especially on Wednesdays, it's been the U.S. session that's dumping. So these American whales, but there's on-chain reports that the big whales are buying. I think another 45,000 Bitcoin got swiped up. You think that they're going to buy this right before we go into bear market? Or is it more likely that this is some kind of flush out before prices go up? I tend to lean toward that. RS Miller says it's time to buy the bargains. Says Border Carly is smarter than I am, or at least she thinks she is. Avi Manea says, no, RS Miller's talking about NVIDIA graphics card update. Okay, so I need to update my NVIDIA graphics card. Maybe so. Man, I got some funky issues. I got 3 monitors, and every once in a while, it does it here on the stream sometimes, they will black out. Those are all closed, and it takes them like a few seconds before everything comes back, and that's annoying as hell. And then, you know, what's on this screen gets put on this screen, and it's annoying. And we got Reese John. How's it going? So I'll check my driver for NVIDIA, see what we can find out there. Recent updates have focused on driver-related issues. Specifically, clean driver installation is recommended for both Intel and NVIDIA graphics to fix streaming problems. Intel's released drivers. Oh, so NVIDIA's still... To address streaming issue, it's advised to update to the latest version, such as 32, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I guess I'll know what I'll be doing after the stream here. For a more complete fix, perform a clean installation of the driver by using a tool like Display Driver. I think I'm going to have to copy this. And I'll paste that into a notepad over here so I can refer to that. I can't ever get back to the chat after stream, so anything that's over here I always lose in the chat. It sucks. And you're not gonna, there we go. All right, so I got that over there. This above will fix the issue. Thank you, RS Miller, I appreciate that. Oh, we got the jazz going on tonight. Alexa, skip. Oh. All right, so we're at 99,800. We looked at the weekly, we looked at the daily, and we got, it could, the moving averages could look a lot better, I gotta say. Let's come down to the 4 hour. Well, let's go back. We didn't look at our indicators over here. And this is the weekly for Market Cipher. It's not ready to turn around and print a green dot anytime soon, as far as I can see. But we still have money flow in the green, coming down a little bit. The bearish divergence that was there from that confirmed in mid-October. Apparently, we're seeing the brunt of that. One of the things that I do notice over here, stochastics are buried at the bottom, and you know it's good in the way of thinking that, well, we can bounce and we'll start seeing them coming up, and that's bullish. It's kind of neutral to bearish because it can just flatline right here where our price just keeps tanking. So stochastics RSI being buried is not the greatest. I mean, it's not up here getting ready to come down. That would be the worst scenario. If we saw high stochastics, like if these things were up here and like looking like they're rolling over, when they come down, like that would be just stepping the foot on the gas for throwing that momentum to drive us down. We don't have that, so we don't have that stochastics momentum to drive us down. It's telling us that the momentum is lightening up here, but it can still go down while these things stay buried. So it's when this comes up above the 20% mark, we're at, which would be pretty much right up over here. That's technically your buy signal stochastics, especially for your bots and things like that. That's where your bots will start taking that as a buy signal or buy trigger. All right, so that's what the weekly looks like. Now here on the daily, we got to talk about this. We got that old red dot that just showed up on Market Cipher, and here we do have stochastics coming down. Like they do have a little bit more push, and money flow and is in the red, and this VWAP thingy they call it crossed the zero line, and it's in the negative. So this is not looking as great. But here we got a little rising price, rising area here. And we may be forming some bullish divergence here on this indicator. If it does come down a little bit, and we do get what's called a little trigger wave with a green dot, something like that, that might be a good sign. But too early to tell on that one. Not ready for it yet. Don't have that divergence here on the 4 hour we see, but we do have stochastics bearing, while everything else is also to the downside. So a happy day for bears, the ones that have been calling for lower lows and all this other stuff. I'm sure they're very happy. We're not that much lower. If we got to zoom out now, and if you will, and take a look at this. This was our low from June, and draw a line right there. This was our low. See if I can get that lined up just right, touching right to the top of the wiki there. 98,147. That was June 22nd when we dropped down here, and after that we started climbing up, and that's when we went to 123. Lost the 50 on the daily. Looked horrible. Things crossing to the downside. It was in the middle of a green cloud, and yet we came out of it. Here we are, and we came down, and technically we went just a hair lower than that. Just a hair lower than that. So there's technically a lower low there, but we're still in range for this to be a nice little support double bottom situation at support. Again, that is this 236, that red line right here. We're still in the wheelhouse of that. So if we can reclaim that red line, and that's what we're testing right now as we speak. Let's come down to the 4 hour, see what that looks like. That's where price is. It's hanging out right there. You can't see it on the Heikinashi yet. The candle's a little different, but we look here on the 4 hour. Oh, look, it's a green candle, and it's halfway up. And this is an area where we should 50% of that candle. We'll look and see if we get rejected or not, and that could also be a rejection from that Fibonacci area. So we should be seeing that would be one of the things to be looking at now. And if we can just push on up to the other side, get above that red line, I feel a lot better about this. I'm down. Let's take a look at we're on the 4 hour. Let's go down to the 1 hour, and here's where we're looking a little better. Still a little iffy with our cloud situation there. Like I said, we need to get above the red line. It's kind of important. If we want to look, and of course we do, local patterns here on the 1 hour. You got this. This is a opening broadening wedge. Now, a lot of times they do make something called a partial decline. If we get rejected here, there might be a chance to do some kind of W pattern or something here. We want to see this level out and not keep touching the bottom of this trend line. See it level out a little bit, and it might have a chance to do this breakout. They have 72% chance to break to the upside. Doesn't mean that they're going to go make all new, but it does have a chance to break out. Now, whether it comes back up here and comes back in the pattern and does something else, well, we got to deal with that. That's the thing with local patterns, right? When you're using a little local pattern, that's the thing you got to keep in mind. I try to do that in respect to the bigger patterns that we got. Now, my bigger idea for Bitcoin has been a possible shark, and I believe it's got pattern. I believe it's got confirmation here. That's the one that took us down to the lows that we had before. And we've talked about how this one does a type 2 retracement. It comes down here. We see them come up. It went up. It got rejected at the 0.5, and that means we're in scary territory, right? We talk about that because that does open the possibility of lower prices, but it's also a place where we come back down to our type 2 and we can recover from this. That's what I'm looking for. So until we break 98,000, close a candle below it, I'm still looking for this idea to play out. We're looking at a nested pattern, which that one I think may be invalidated. There was another one I was looking for as a shark pattern here on the retrace, on the little on our retrace here, and I was looking for the 113. Now we came down to the 1618 of this top over here. Now that doesn't fit necessarily with this particular pattern I'm looking for. That's a little bit deeper, but is still the 1618 area. That's the place for the bottoms. So I'm monitoring this idea very closely right here. So now I'm going to come down to the little tiny 6-minute time frame, which you see me on quite a bit. Look at market cipher over here. Money flow starting to come up. This is starting to look promising. Green dot right there. Looks promising that we can probably get past these levels that we were scared of right there. We're now back at 100,000, ladies and gentlemen. So what I fear that a lot of people might have got sucked into were calls of bear flags and just giving up and selling down here. It's one thing if you have stops hit, but it's another one if you got conviction and you're like, I'm going short, and shorting support and shorting areas when it gets scary, because that usually doesn't pan out very well. So the people going short down here got trapped, and this could be a nice little trap, scenario for a double type 2 return. That's kind of to trap people. And the fact that it did go just a little smidgen lower than what it did last time it was in this area, well, that's a good little reason to trap people too. It's just a smidgen. So I'm still bullish until we lose 98,000, close candles below 98,000, not just wicking down and hitting it on smaller time frames. Like we got down to 97. Do you hit my? Got to keep track of you. I'm on here streaming. Sometimes I miss some moves when I'm streaming. I see them on the charts, but then I come back to my account and I'm like, oh man, Did you get me? Did you snag me? No. Okay, I didn't trigger. It didn't trigger my stop losses. I got them set lower than right there. And cool. Still in play. Nice. All right. I'm glad about that because that's happens a little bit more than I like for it to. All right, let me come over to the chat real quick. Ave Domina says, good ass copy. Should I make a second cup to stay up tonight? Never done 3 cups. Maybe that's my problem. We have to mark a strong bottom by end of November. We need to do it now. I'm tired of waiting for that bottom to come in. Fridays always go down, unfortunately. What they're doing lately, it's hit or miss on Fridays, but sometimes you see them. There's been several weeks in the past, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks, where they'll start taking us up on Friday, and crypto market gets bullish. They buy right into it. Flags to the upside. There's all these things, and and it may go sideways during the weekend and continue up, or we get blasted on. It seems to me, in my personal opinion, that the weekends, they're backing off on the weekends, maybe letting it go sideways, or maybe trying to entice people to come in. My big thesis is that I think that your market makers or whales, or however you want to look at it, the composite man, the opposition that we're trading against in this market, it is trying to entice retail to come in on the weekends. So I don't think they're trying to make it scary for the weekends. I think they're trying to make it look a little, worth taking a risk. It's been on the Wednesdays lately. Wednesday is the new dump day. It used to be Sundays, right? Sunday nights was like, oh my God, I hope I can make it through Sunday night, because it's just when it looks hopeful. They would run us up a little bit on Sunday and then come in about 2 or 3 in the morning on Sunday night here in the U.S. You would see that Asian dump right there. And I think their little pattern has shifted. Their little rotation has shifted time-wise. And I think they had one. I think they got an algo that they follow there. Alex says, yes, make that W in Bitcoin. People are calling for 91,000 and 89,000. Can't see it. I hope it doesn't, because that blows my thesis out of the water if that happens. It would be invalidated. But these are some strong areas, and $100,000 Bitcoin holding yet again. So far, it's still good. And that open and broadening pattern, I should have it on several charts over here. I mean, that's legit. You got a legit trend line as support. And for this pattern is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Scare the F out of people and then reward people that's going to be that don't get shaken out. That's kind of what you get out of these guys. It's a continuation pattern. Price did lead into it, and it expands. But there's a 60% chance that this will break to the upside. Hard to believe it right now. Like, I can't see it. All the threats of these bearish crosses and everything, but it does have that statistic behind it. And we are at lots of support areas here, psychologically. But we got to be honest and look at some of these indicators are flipping bearish. They're trying to show some bearish signs here. So they got us right where they want us. Uncertain. And all I can do is recommend, be cautious. The altcoins are just going to get decimated every time Bitcoin comes down. And this is total 3. I guess we can take a look at it. Can I clear this out? I think I want to clear total 3 out. I was taking a look at altcoins. Oh, look at you on the hour. What's going on over here? Shoot, you're up by 1% on the hour? You're like, oh, we're not going through 80,000. We're not go below 98,000, man. We look good. We feel good about you. Look at QNT's going up. Telcoin's going up. What are you looking like over here? On the daily, this is not bad. On the daily, altcoins only took a 3%, 4% hit as Bitcoin starts tanking. I think that's interesting. Because I'm normally having to freak out about any of the altcoin plays I've got on spot margin and having to, de-risk or, put, pay attention that, my risk factor doesn't get out of control. And I haven't had to do that. I've got my stops in place and everything, but they've been holding. That's pretty impressive. Here on the weekly, we're still pretty good on most of them. I think they trying to entice retail this weekend with these altcoins, maybe. But these been Telcoin just disappeared. I don't know. It looked good. What happened to Telcoin? What happened to Telcoin? Did somebody just sell out of Telcoin? That bubble just went nowhere. No. They had a little bit of a pullback here. They didn't do anything. That must be a software glitch. Telcoin's doing okay. Telcoin's actually doing pretty good with this big Bitcoin drop here, right? So back to total 3. Let's try to stay on topic here. And let's go over the weekly on it. 50 moving average, just like Bitcoin, 50 moving average is where it is held many times before. I hate saying many times. I'll leave that part of my vocabulary. Here's our main trend line. Could we wick down? That's good. We don't have that bearish cross here. On the weekly, the non-moving average crossing the 21 or the 50, it could be still coming. When it did come before, that was when it decided to turn around and reclaim the non-moving average. So you got that. I want to scare the bejesus out of us with some kind of harmonic action. I mean, I can make an argument we come back down to the 200 moving average area, but that would suck ass for altcoins, take us back to where we were in September 2024. Or we can just keep watching this trend line and see if it's still respected. See if this 50 moving average is still respected. We don't want to lose the 50 on a weekly. And even though, look at this big wick, went all the way down, but we still closed that candle right up here at 1 trillion on this one. Let's come down to the daily. Swing low to swing high. We got a nice little 618 area right here, which we already touched. We got a nice 0.5 area that we're stepping up to and can probably hold if we're trying to climb our way up on these guys. So that's a little bit of hopium for altcoins. Locally, we'll take our fish from here, this high, and down to this low, and we see that our bargain area that we came in to retest the top of it, we're not in our bargain buy area. I take that as a bullish sign, and so I would be looking for the areas I wanted to see us come back and revisit and hopefully get past. As we monitor total 3 would be these areas right over here. And let's go down to the 4 hour. 4 hour looking nasty. Got all these crosses trying to happen. That looks rough. They're still in good order over here, but they're starting to lean in on that 800, right? But yet we're not seeing, even with the sell-off here, we're seeing some of these altcoins still holding their ground. It's impressive. Choppy says the Ichimoku cloud for altcoins. So to me, you got your 5-way structure up here and an ABC correction going on. Elliot, is that what you see? Elliot, let's get Elliot out here. Probably have to come to a smaller time frame. Where can you catch this, Elliot? He might not even catch it at all. Bigger time frame? Elliot, are you even working? Oh, I got you off. There you go. I had him off. Let's try it 6 minute. There we go. Did you? No. What you got? You're not seeing it. There we go. Here we go. That's it. 36 minute and a bigger time frame like that. It sees it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You counted it different than I did, but hey, my 1, 2, 3, 4 here. But whatever. Fifth wave up here, ABC correction, and that should be it. This is what your Elliott wave typically looks like after it plays out. You got 3 humps, and I describe it this. This is my cliff notes for Elliott wave. You got a nice trend line that forms, right? It starts out kind of wanky and everything. You watch it and you play with it and everything else, and then you finally get it established, or a variation of it. But we're looking for basically 3 humps and then the dump. The 1 dump, 2 dump, dump. Get it? So three moves up, 2 steps back. 3 moves up, 2 steps back. That's kind of what we're looking like. And this is what it looks like all the time, most of the time. And look at that head and shoulder to the downside. You'll get a lot of that. With some of this too. But what really happens is that after this completes, if this be true, this is the C wave, then what that does is turn this into the 1, 2. This becomes the 1 wave, the 2 wave, and then you get the big ass 3, right? Your 3 wave, which can go to the 1618 fib extension on this. And let's see. We'll have to do it Elliott wave style here, which means right up here at 1.1 trillion. And I need to make a note of that so we know what the hell we're looking at. This is different from what I normally do, but this is Elliott wave theory right here. We got that? All right, so Elliott wave 3 target is 1.1 trillion for the setup that we got here, if this be true. And what we can do, might want to wait for a few confirmations, but this trend line that we got here, we're on total 3, is that now we can move it down here. And I'm a big angle guy, and I like to look for angles. And then we'd be coming up to the 786, 886 area, which we also got another 3. Now, they're overlapping ideas from different fib pools, but that's good. You want to see confluence. That means you're on the right track when you get confluence. So in my personal opinion, I think that we're going to see a nice little boom out of altcoins. I mean, it's not a huge boom. It's not like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's all kind of season. It's like, oh man, we finally made it back to where we were before I started, freaking out as bad. Maybe this time it'll stick. Maybe there's some hope. And then, of course, that hope will probably be decimated one more time, and we'll go through all this stuff again. That's a nice 9-10% move out of altcoins. Up to the Elliott wave target that we got there. Where you at? Where'd it go? This guy. From where we are now. 18 to 20% gains for altcoins. I'm on the 36-minute time frame, by the way. Elliot, you're still not coming over for Thanksgiving dinner. I'm hanging out with the vegans. I don't like the way the meat lovers look at me. I mean, it's steamy, it's hot. It looks like you just could just want to eat me all up. But not in the way that I want you to. Speaking of crazy things, over here on X, Cootercoin has answered that great dating dilemma question for first dates, and sometimes it comes out. But ladies, if you're ever posed with that question, I have got the answer for you. It's right here. I mean, I can't hear the sound or anything on it, but Says, the lady says, what do I bring to the table? Well, I bring all the cooters that you can handle. That is the politically correct way to answer that, and your first date will go a lot better, I promise you. If you got cooter that you're presenting on the table on that first date, you let your partner know that, hey man, you got the cooter, and you know how to use that cooter correctly. Yeah. Cooter on the first date right there. There's your answer. Cooter giving the dating advice and answering those dilemma questions that get so many simps all tied up. The answer is not I am the table. The answer is I bring cooter to the table. All right, so we got that all straightened out. Oh, now people clicked off. That might have been offensive. We come back to the chat. I noticed Oz didn't bleed as much this time. Must be because Bitcoin dominance is weakening. And we didn't even look at Bitcoin dominance. I normally do. Where are you hiding, Bitcoin dominance? Where are you hiding? That's odd. Did I move you by mistake? That sucks. Oh well, we got you on the indice over here. No, we don't. Oh, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. It's right here. Well, Bitcoin dominance is still sticking with the parameters of our trend lines right here, doing kind of what we thought it might do. And not what I want. I mean, I'd rather it lose that line. That would be what we need. But now we're kind of playing between the trend lines here. It looks like we're coming back up to try to test this guy. And hopefully we'll roll over there. But we haven't lost this guy. It's been some strong support. That's a little bothersome for altcoins, because altcoins aren't going to do good until this one starts losing some ground, and it's been it's still making higher lows. So I'm not seeing Bitcoin dominance being as bearish as we would like it to be for altcoins' sake. So altcoins still suck right now, just to be honest with you. They still suck. Only a handful of them are worth playing, and only the ones that are excelling against Bitcoin, in my personal opinions, are ones that are worth being in right now. They're the only ones that are going to pay you good. So playing Zcash against Bitcoin, that's been a good play. And some of the other coins against Bitcoin. And honestly, that's what we should be targeting, is those altcoins against Bitcoin. PMO says, I think ETH and Solana took the biggest hit. XRP stayed pretty strong. Solana. Binance. 146. Cheap Solana. Let's clean this up, get a fresh look. On the daily. See a little bit of that structure going on here. So I'm zoomed out to the 3-day and asked Elliot what he thinks, and he's all pissed. He says we're going down to $52, and that's why you're not ever invited to Thanksgiving dinner, Elliot. You got too bearish on that one. You got a trend line down here. Got some support at 133. Oh man. So Solana holders definitely feeling the brink of that. My wisdom flows free, a Fibonacci glide, lifting your wealth. And we lost the 0.5 again. No price for this tender embrace, my dear. But where's your love? We'll locate that 618 right here. Step into my arms, let's move. I guess I'll put that 0.5 up. Tap that light, let your passion grow. Why you holding tight? Let my spirit sway. This groove's got the fire. Night or day. Hit that light. Let our love take hold. Fibonacci's flow. So good, 120. We wick down there. 360 moving average on the 3-day. Would suck. Would suck. Playing with losing the 800 on the daily here for Solana. Lost that trend line. Might get a bearish retest of that before we kind of range down through here. So we might see 180 get a revisit to that on the bullish, during a little bullish kick. Doesn't look like it wants to happen right now though, does it? On the 4 hour. Looking like she's trying to hit for that 130 area if she wanted to. Let's see what our trend lines say. We got this bottom. We got this. We got this. We got touches there. And it's making a, big channel. It's a little bit broadening there. Got that idea too, but from low to high there. She do look like she might have a little bit more down to go, right? Oh, you at the 1618 though. We should be getting a little bit of a hiccup here, even if there's a possibility of her come up and then still roll over and go lower. It could, but we should start seeing something happen right where we're at. Here we go. 1 hour. Okay. So the 1618 seems like it's getting some temporary support. Maybe it will be the support. Maybe it won't. Let's see if we got anything else that tells us that. 113 for this one. It's got a good chance to catch here, at least locally. So not a bad place to open some scalp longs. I can see it's coming back up to 150 or something like that. 152. Another possible open and broadening pattern. Trend line right there. Let's see it come up, at least try 152. See what happens over there. Oh, Solana. And then we got Ethereum. Dang, where'd you go to? 131. Ooh. You've been a testy one to play here, Ethereum. See, I got it on a big ass channel. Let's see if we can get something a little bit more. A little more appropriate. Draw my trend line there. Consider that as being a bear trap. Momentum here on the moving averages, not bad at all. We're just testing the 360. Looks like we got our 5 waves up. Elliot, you see that? Oh, really? Elliot thinks it's a 4 and we got a 5 coming. Here we go, the 6 hour. More what I was looking for. Where'd you start counting? That's not what I'm looking at. I can see an ABC coming here, but my count's different. But then again, I'm not an indicator. So 6 hour kind of sees that 5-way structure. Draw a trend line over here, and then, well, we need to do a bear trap. Or else we got some lower areas to start looking at. Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. You're at a beautiful spot. You're at a beautiful spot. 0.5 Fibonacci. This one can be really kind of tricky as far as targets, but we got a little sliver of a zone. If we do take that and we do an ABCD, we get a measure move that could take us right up here to this very small zone, which I guess this is our hopium for today. Everybody needs a little bit of hopium. Do we have hopium on the stream? Do we have opium? We have opium. A little bit of hopium right there at 62. If we bounce off of this current area that we're at right now, Below us, we got 2761. I mean, of course, I have to say that we can go there. I don't want us to go there. 618. A lot of people automatically think that we're just going to go touch a 618 whenever you pull a fib out. If you do it right, it's not always no. It's not really what you're looking for. I used to think that's what I was told for the longest time. Pull the fib out, you look for the 618. We're all coming back to we're always looking. Of course, you find out it's all about how where they're pulling their fibs and how they're pulling their fibs. So there's a different theory behind it. Anyway, 13 people hanging out. Let me come over to the chat here. Making some good ass coffee. Michael Anthony, love you on Van Halen. Bitcoin and the markets are crashing. Well, they were crashing. Now they're trying to recover a little bit. Now Bitcoin's at 100,003, not at 98,000. Or flirting with 97,000. So we're seeing we're seeing the bulls come in and step in here on a Thursday. And we might see price going up on Friday, and then I don't know, maybe they'll try to scare us out Friday, Saturday. It's hard to tell. PMO says, I feel like the pattern is complete and we're ready to head higher. I'm looking for a completion on a bigger harmonic pattern, and we are at we're back at the bottom confirmation zone of it. And I'll say it again, as long as we hold 98,000, I'm still bullish. Toby Boy says Q&T is up today, and I don't know why. Why are you up? But you are. You're at 90. I can't bitch about it. Better than $88. You gotta say that. Better than 88. I'm going to take this little guy and slap it down here, and that doesn't do a damn thing, so I'll just put it back where I found it. We do have resistance up ahead here, so $97, $98 might be as far as we get on Q&T. Chance to get above 100, there is, and that would be a breakout. If it can hold it, that's good. But that 97 and then 110 are two specific areas I'm looking for that we really need to get above. And if we do get above those, then it is definitely more bullish, especially this one over here at 110. So like I said, like we said or noticed, oh, the Telcoin's back. It disappeared there for a minute. Overall, man, here on the weekly, not bad of a hit we took. On the daily, not bad of a hit for today for what's happened with Bitcoin. Normally, we would see this go 4, 5, maybe even 6% across the board, but no. And then here on the hour, it's lost a little bit. It was up over 1% on a lot of these things, right? So I think the market, I don't know, they seem to be feeling a little bit more bullish than I would think, or whales are stepping in or something. As long as my odds don't drop as far as they could, I'm good. Toby, 13 million coins. I would hate to see it drop to 131 for Solana. Yeah, that would suck. It's fine, yeah. Road Dawg gonna crash after stream, probably. I was up into the wee morning hours, and then I finally had to crash, probably right before about 9 or 10 in the morning, and I had to. And so I was like, oh man. So I set some layered stops, and I'm like, this is not looking good, but maybe when I wake up, I'll find us in a better spot. Of course not. Hey, they're so good to see you. So I was asking about you in Telegram group. Haven't seen you. Shout out to you, so good. Always good to see you here. I can't find my hand clappies. Trying to get Soul to clap. So here's your very personal venereal disease from the turkey. Now, healthcare providers would tell you not to lick raw chicken and raw turkey, but I'm just going to tell you, we like it. I mean, it may make you sick, but makes us feel better. Anyway, how's it going, Soul? Good to see you. Strager says, might get some more Road. Well, Road is down, and at the moment. Oh man, I can always do this. How are our community coins doing over here? Let's check on that. So Roadcoin it's getting a use case instead of being a meme coin or a creator coin just so I can stream over here, because I'm not sure that it gets a lot of traction streaming wise over here. Did we come up a little bit? So I don't even have the chart over. Well, we can go look at this chart. But I did take some of my rewards and put them back in there a little bit too. But it's down to $6.2 $1,000 market cap, and the price of it is, just add some zeros to that number. Like how many? 5 zeros in front of 5.9 is what the price is. Very cheap, but the use case for it is that the Telegram group that we've got, our private community, it's going to be gated. Now, I'm not doing this. It looks like it's probably going to be December whenever Mercury goes out of retrograde before I do that, because I'm not... Ironically, this Mercury in retrograde thing, turns out there was, I forgot which DAO, but in 2022, I was going over with Grok about it, and they put up this research. Or Eve, as she likes to be called. Mine does, anyway. That went into a very interesting conversation involving Lilith, who she admires. Anyway, take that for what you will. Hell yeah, Lilith broke the chain. I like it. Crazy conversations you can have with these AIs. But there was an instance in 2022 when Mercury's in retrograde, and some of these DAOs were deploying some bots and everything, and it just got all messed up. She's like, well, whether you believe Mercury in retrograde had anything to do with it or not, or whatever, just the fact that there's an occurrence in the past where that happened, well, probably best just to wait. So somewhere around the first or second week in December, the Telegram group will be gated. That means it's not going to be just open. It's a private group anyway, but if you have a link, you can still go over there. But it will require at least 100,000 road coins in a Solana wallet to verify through, which is a measly amount, so less than $1 right now. I'm seriously going to go back over my roadmap there and do some feasibility studies, because that just seems too damn cheap to me. But and I'm not trying to make it it's crazy expensive, but come on, less than $1, come on. It's so cheap now that it's kind of axing my NFTs I'm going to give to my OGs. You still get them when I do it, but it's just more feasible to go through Roadcoin right now. Because that would just complicate things. And then your NFTs, what would they would be worth for lifetime access if a dollar's worth of road? So it's kind of canceling NFT ideas out right now. But it will be, I mean, technically a paid community, but one of the best deals out there, I believe. And once we get it gated, then I can start putting some more content that I haven't, put over there. I put more on YouTube, some things like that. Anyway, but we got Road, and then we also got, where are you? The Cooter coin, which is doing better than Road. I know, y'all selling your Road coin buying Cooter. I know what you're doing, Cooter chasers. I ain't mad at you. Well, Cooter's also at $5,000 market cap too. Now its all-time high was 5.9, whereas Roadcoin's all-time high was 16 point something. The first few days when the pumper dumpers come in and ran it up. But he's been going, and we've been doing some games over there. I've been streaming some games, and there's some that have a little more of an adult nature to them. Not crazy out there, just funny. It's like from You Don't Know Jack franchise. But I can stream those and testing that stuff out. But and I tried to keep a live stream going on those channels at all the time on Road. Cooter might be dispersing over there. But that's our community coins, and let's come back and oh no, Bitcoin's dying again. It lost 100,000. It's all over. It's all over. That's it. Any little sneeze and then thumbnails change from being bullish to going full on bear. So we can retest this area about 99, what was it, 99.3, 99.4, maybe. 200 moving averages down here, 99.2. As long as we'll break 98 and hold it, I'm good. I'm on the 1 minute time frame. It's only if you want to experience all the emotional pain.
Road Dawg Crypto, yeah, we on the ride.
Still, we got solid trend lines.
Road Dawg Crypto, yeah, we on a ride. Road Dawg Crypto.
Where's Glary Marshmallow? I haven't seen her in a while either. I don't know. Maybe it just mixes with her schedules, or hopefully nothing offended her or anything like that. I don't think so. She's got a good sense of humor. Cooter! I don't want our cooter corn to offend our female participants, so I'm trying to keep it as well. It's not offensive. It's a meme. It's just supposed to have fun. Haven't looked into these game things. You've started yet. They're kind of fun, but I can't keep. I would like to keep it active all the time, but I've noticed that it times out, and then my stream goes blank. So it stays active for quite a while. But you can actually interact with them. You just go to Jackbox TV, type in the code that's on the screen, and we got pictures of some of them. There's the sharp pattern. Let's go to the Cooter, the official Cooter Telegram group. Why is this? Oh, that's not it. That's the Cooter topic in our channel. This is the original. There is a Cooter Telegram. And I think that the links for it are over on the Cooter side or whatever. But this is one of the games we were playing last night, and you just go in and go to Jackbox TV and you type in whatever code's showing on the screen, and I don't have the luck with my mobile getting on, but with my desktop I can get on and play. I don't know what the deal is. I think some people can do it through their mobile, through their phones and everything. But you watch the stream on whatever you're watching, and then you can interact with your a browser or hopefully your phone's how it's supposed to work. And that's what one of the games looks like over there. Yeah, you can't hear it, but that's our new meme where you just put out on X there. Classy Cooter. Hey, we got Keith and Chief. How's it going, man? Good to see you. And Brackets Adventure saying Cooter. Road Cooter. Get some Cooter while you're on the road. I was getting some soul and saw it dropping, says Straya. Well, Bitcoin's going to drop. They're all going to drop with it a little bit, but still not bad. Not bad over here on the hour. Stacks is still holding at 38 cents. Yeah, could be better. Crow's at 12. That's a decent place to get Crow. I don't believe that these altcoins have seen their best days just yet, and especially something like Crow, the things that they've got going on and their ties with the government or whatever, because they're able to do some things now they only could have dreamed of doing during the last administration, right? You can trade stocks over there, tokenized stocks, tokenized commodities, I think, which I want to do. I need to set that up. I'm dying to have gotten into some coffee futures and I didn't get to. I think that's a winner right there. I would like to trade commodity futures. I've got a book from Gann on trading it, and it goes a lower. Each of the commodities have their own cycles too, right? 7-year cycles, 8-year, 11-year cycles. It's very interesting reading his take on it. But he used to nail commodities. Oh, Bitcoin. Oh, Sean, did you fart? Oh my God. Oh my God, that's gaseous. That's gaseous Claire. Smells like gaseous gay. Sean? What the hell? Ah! I'm gonna gag. I'm gonna gag a turkey maggot. No. Sean! It wasn't me, it's Habib. It's that fucking food he eats. And Sean blaming it on Habib. It's never Sean. It's never Sean. He's always the only one in the room, but it's never him. Oh my God. What did you eat? Oh! I'm gonna have to end the stream on this one, people. This is it. Oh gosh. For real? Do you need toilet paper? I mean, oh gosh, my eyes are burning. Wake up, that's when my eyes are burning. The rules are burrito. Oh, that still lingers. Make it stop. Obviously, says my percolator espresso hates me. Too much good ass coffee. Shrek said, should have had a 400x short this morning. I've been embarrassed all fall. Sean's farts are they are, jeez. Well, I'm not near the window. I don't have. I'm actually in a basement area. So yeah, the windows aren't really. I got them blacked out because I like it dark down here. Could open the door. Not too far away from my door. Oh my gosh. Guess I'm going to invest in an air purifier if this crypto thing ever starts making a profit. Bitcoin, what are you doing over here on the tiny 1 minute? Just asking for the pain. So we got it in the 1 minute. Started reclimbing over the 5 moving averages there. That's kind of cool. So got over the 200 moving average, and that's usually, it's a good sign to start following there for some momentum. When you find that Bitcoin is going to a level of support on your bigger time frames, you can come into the smaller time frames and start looking for those ideas. Just because it goes over here, if you don't have support areas already mapped out on the bigger picture, it's kind of stupid. It's not the wisest move to just immediately think, oh, see, this is our model. It gets over the 200 and we're all good. And you get all these examples, but they don't show you the examples where there's just a bunch of chop there, okay? Look, it went over the 200 here, below the 200, over the 200, below the 200, over the 200. If you went by that, if you had a bot set up, because I've done this before, like several years ago, I played this SMA 200 strategy on these small time frames, and that's where I got my experience with the 200 on the small time frames. Choppy AF, top, and every once in a while it does it, and you can make a little something, but that's not a blind strategy, and this being taught is a blind strategy a lot. It all hinges on anything. It all hinges on your key support areas. So for me, that's fibs, or for level people, it'd be looking to the left and finding the best levels on your bigger candle closes and things like that. If you don't have that support on a bigger time frame, playing these little I guess trading hacks that are being kind of shielded out there, they can work, but in context, right? But it's a good sign. So because we have support, and we got it what we need to try to have that play out. So that's a good sign. If we can start seeing all these big, so we're trying to cross over these bigger moving averages, and got rejected at the old Lucy line. That's why she's on here. And 800's up there, but we can come down here. We got these things crossing the 360. It's the same thing, just on the smaller time frame that we talk about on other things. But this is trying to flip the ribbon, the ribbon of these moving averages. We're trying to get them in reverse order here, and that will be one of the. If you see that happen on, say, the 1 minute. That's a good indicator. If they actually flip, that's a good indicator that it might stick. It's got a good chance to stick. So 200 crossing the 800 and all the other ones crossing above the 800, that would be good. It hasn't done it yet, but by the time it gets up to 105, maybe we're there, right? We want to come down to the little 10-second chart. This is what it looks like when they cross bullish, right? This is what I'm talking about. We want to see this happen. This idea here, this was the ribbon. 800, 600, 300, 200, they gave it up, right? We hit areas of support, then it's starting to climb through them. This is what we're seeing happening right now on the 1 minute, climbing through it, and then eventually we get above it, and then they all flip backwards, right? Instead of being orange, red, purple, yellow, now you got orange, red, purple, yellow in the opposite way, and that's good. Remember, this is 10-second chart though, right? But you see this play out on like the 1 minute, and then you start seeing it starting to play out on some of the bigger, whichever one you want to choose. 3 minute, 5 minutes, not any particular one. But you start seeing them play out. And then you come to a time frame where that's not even part of the picture. It's like something else totally different. So she goes up, she comes down, then she goes up more. That's what we're looking for. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I went over my arguments, just trying to give my invalidation points for what we've been talking about on the stream, shark patterns and all this other stuff. I've been throwing out harmonics and fib levels. This level that we came down to at 98,000 is a 1.1618 pull from one of the major fib pulls I'm looking for, and that's like your deep area of support right there. And it's got a good chance to hold. Losing it would suck. So we don't want to lose 98,000. Jeez, my eyes. MG says, I've been playing a little with AI for cooter picks and vids. Not that great at the moment, but learn. Hey, well, you're doing good. You're doing fine. And the more you play with it, Grok is free and easy to Imagine. That's where I do a lot of mines, over on Imagine. I've got, I signed up for a place called Higgsfield AI, is that it? Higgsfield something. Look really cool, and I've done a few things there, but I've just had better, quicker, easier results out of Grok, although I think there's some more advanced stuff I can do over the other one. I just haven't got around to it. I bet it's best learned just playing around and seeing what happens. And sometimes you got to redo the thing. I had to go through several different generations and tweaks just to get some of these, that last meme that I got. Strayer says, I'm a night crawler too. Dry fart has little smell. This shot is a wet one, wasn't it? Shut up. Stop embarrassing me. Yeah, stop farting. You won't have to be talked about. I didn't pay attention onward to 75K. If I'm pretending, is this just like trading school? I keep missing. I keep missing. All right, guys. So we are getting a little pulled back. Can we give one last little information? What am I? 2 minute? I didn't even know I had a 2 minute chart on here. Why did I have a? I don't remember adding a 2 minute. Why would I add a 2 minute? Take that off. That's. I forgot how to do it. Here we go. Why are you? I don't need 2 minute. 1 minute, 3 minute. I don't even need 5. 6. I like 6. That's my general go-to. Used to use 7 a lot, but 6. They both make good ones if you want just an oddball thing. They work good with moving averages. That's why you want to find or your indicators. You want to use the time frames that respond best to your, especially to your moving averages, or your indicators. Moving averages, I see how they respect those, and those are the ones I lean to most of the time. 1 minute, we got a 3 minute, 6 minute. I use the 15. That's a standard. 24, 36, I'll use those. Now, another reason why I'm picking some of these time frames are because, well, they're multiples of your time cycle, like your 60-minute time cycle, right? Your 60 minutes to an hour, 60 seconds to a minute, multiples of 6 or 60, 24, 36. You see, that's where this is coming from. And the time and price squaring and relating to each other. See how that connection kind of comes together? Hopefully you can see that. That's the reasons why I've got some of these things I'm moving out on oddball looking time frames. But at least I can give you an explanation as to why I have it, instead of being one of these YouTubers that just saw somebody else use it and thinks, well, that looks like they know what they're talking about. I'm going to use it so it looks like I'm impressive and know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go with this weird ass time frame, like a 333 or something crazy like that. You need to have you got to have a reason and see that things respond to it, or else what are you doing? All right, so Fibonacci wise, what do we got over here? 0.5, excellent. That's got a good chance to hold. 618 is at 98,900. Might get a deeper ass retracement. But if we do, we're looking at 101,000 and 101.3 as our targets. From where we are bouncing here, the 0.5, we got a little bit better targets, right? 101.5 and even to one that I don't even have on here. If I guesstimate, it should be taking us back closer to 103. I guess we can do. And what we're doing here, you're seeing me take a measure move, but technically this is all harmonic fibs that we're doing here. All right, so that should be about the 1.15, 1-1 move. Another way you can do it, I don't do it this way. Trend-based fib extensions, and it's a 1-to-1 move, and so you're looking for the ones. You're looking for the ones, like the 100%, the 150% for this particular one, which is about 102.7, and the twos, the 103.9. Using it this method, that's kind of the ones that you'd be looking for your retracements ideas on there as a 1-to-1 move. That's all right. So we did come down a little bit more here because you suck, Road Dawg. You don't know what the hell. And looks like 618 might be on table. 618. We'll do the same thing here. Takes us right up here to you, my negative 0.382 fib. What does that look like on the old-fashioned weird ass way to do it? Is what I call it. That is your 1-to-1, ladies and gentlemen. That's your 100%. See how that works? Okay. Hopefully that may, for some of you fib people, that may be something that clicks for you. Maybe you already knew that before. I don't know. I didn't always know that, but for what I do here on the channel, it's harmonic related and a lot of 1-to-1 moves. I'm just saying, if it appealed to you, hang out, join our trading group, cause it's gonna be it's free right now. It will be one of the cheapest, best one that actually can. It's designed, my design is, instead of feeding off of the members and having members to do all the legwork and all that stuff, well, I just get rich and buy Lambos, which, yeah, as I think about it, I kind of like it. I mean, if you guys want to pay me $500 a month for a trading group, you know, I might post something in there once in a while. I'm all for it, but I wouldn't feel good about it. But if you got something where, you know, you guys you're invested into the same thing and you can get paid by the same thing, the trading group gets more members and they have to buy ROAD to get there, and you got a bag of ROAD. Yeah. Guess who's your exit liquidity? The people coming in that actually have a utility use for the ROAD coin. I don't know. There's my idea. Less than a cup, less than an old-fashioned, boring-ass cup of coffee, not the expensive Starbucks thing. You're going to have lifetime access. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I think I went over everything, and I want this turned into a 2-hour stream, which, God darn it. If you knew me in real life, you know that I'm not a conversationalist, and I don't really have 2 hours worth of anything to say to anybody, right? It's kind of like pulling teeth sometimes to talk to me, and that's my wife. And I'm very quiet in social situations. I'm an introvert, people. But for some reason, here on YouTube, I can't shut the F up. I could probably go 4 hours and it feel like 15 minutes to me. I don't understand it. Thank you for being patient with me. And I don't know. I hope, my God, I'm not just keep regurgitating too much stuff over and over. I've definitely got to tweak these streams down. I just want a 1 hour stream. I can't even get that going right. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to the end screen. See you tonight for probably another 2 hour damn stream. And that's why you need some good ass coffee. Or maybe something harder. I'm not promoting that, but gosh darn it. How else can you keep up with this? Good night, everybody.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
feet pics are worth every dollar of it. That's too cheap for the footsie group, though. That one's a solid $2,499, still from last year's Christmas special. I guess I do. I just like sharing. And Kelly and Jennifer.
Dancing to the beat. Blockchain's my stage. Profits like the sky. Early exit call.
No worries, my man. I appreciate your support and everything. That comment is blocking the scenery.
Blockchain vibes, freedom's a groove. Our life shines, watch us move. Stack mindsets, retire me early on.
Oh, I wonder what made the difference. I'm gonna have to do that driver update thing.
NFTs dropping fire. Arch my golden throne. Bending mad cash, building dreams I own. All cause climb high, riding waves so fun. Cut on those stakes, pay futures mine to design. District clock mine free, living my way. Smart deals for me while I dance and play. Mimic what's the millions, dog like to see. Crypto's my rhythm.
Stack mindsets, retire me early on. Crypto queens and kings, we live in worldly moonshine. Dreams of mine, Rari, hold on tight. Wealth's my party, let's play. Shimmer, blockchain vibes, freedom's a groove. Our life shines, watch us move. Stack mindsets, retire me early on. Huddle tight, let's rule the day.
Let's see, I think I can find an appropriate song for here.
Stacking and shine, decentralized life, every dream's mine.
Start it off. Start it off. Start it off.
It's not in here.
No boss, just keys. Freedom's my sway. Crypto pop queens, we own the place. Stack my size, retire me early. Oh, crypto queens and kings, we're living worldly. No.
Let's see if I can get a more fitting song for our scene here.
Yo, chase the jugs in the jingle. Here we go.
All the ladies have left, right?
Chasing boobs at the bar, tripping over my shoes. Crypto charts got me yelling, I'm rich, lose the blues. Fill my beer ogle in the rack, face plant on the floor. But I dip thought I'd retire, now I'm broke to the core. Good haul, traded pajamas for a Lambo dream. Good bounce, booms, jiggle, I'm lost in the steam. But the market dumps while it screams, cha-ching, gone. Fake pair to face with a boing, I'm done. Chase them jugs and jackpots, brains out the door. Pump that cash in cleavage, drooling on the floor. Stumble like a clown, laughing at my flop. Chase them jugs and jackpots, can't make it stop. Stack that dough and stare, riding hype while ride. Cocky as a peacock, eagles my God. Chase them jugs and jackpots, falling in a heap. Risky laugh, zero, what a hilarious leap. Hustling trades with a pizza box, genius on the couch, boob gazing at the gym. Slipped into a slouch, good score. Flipped a Doge coin for a steak feast. Good peak, caught a glimpse. Tripped over a beast, bad crash, market tanks. I'm eating ramen tears, bad stare. Bouncer boots me out, deaf to my cheers. Think I'm a wizard, bragging by my flair. Trip over my ego, let it air. Chase them jugs and jackpots, brains out the door. Pump that cash in cleavage, drooling on the floor. Stumble like a clown, laughing at my flop. Chase them jugs and jackpots.
little
coins
gringo over
vanish
there.
with a ding. Boob sag, hear that boy
Hey,
spring.
gringo.
Delusions my dance, risks
Go
my
say hi,
jest.
man.
Rolling
Go
with
say
the
hola.
Bengals, a comical quest.
Go say, pésame mucho.
And jackpots, brains out the door.
Check the charts, ogle the rack.
Te acostarse. Baby.
Crypto haters take the smack.
Good night, ready to see you tonight. And hopefully we'll have a funner bench share here. Bitcoin's at $99. You should see the dog. 2 hour stream. Oh, jeez. See you tonight.